Clayton, obviously it's nothing strange for you guys to be facing a multiple quarterback situation or a new quarterback like you will this week. What's the biggest thing that stood out about TJ Finley and how it's a departure from Bo Nix?
The first thing, obviously, Bo Nix is a fantastic football player. Unfortunately for him, he's down. But TJ Finley is a big statue player, quarterback, strong arm, has some experience, obviously, at LSU and some experience earlier this year. He's a guy that they're pretty sure they can count on. But as far as his physical tools are probably unmatched when it comes to when you compare him to other people in the country.
Clayton, I might have asked you this the other week, but Damani's a guy that's played a lot more, this season than maybe we might have expected at the beginning. Just how have you seen him kind of take on a bigger role in place of Sherrod and, being a guy that really has stepped up and taken a bigger role when maybe we wouldn't have expected it otherwise?
Yep, Damani is a guy that we're very proud of just in this program. He's a low-maintenance guy. He comes to work every day. He does a fantastic job of just doing his job and being where he's supposed to be at. And that's kind of how he plays the game. He's a steady Eddie kind of guy. He's very proud of him just how he's playing, how he's running around, and he's giving it all. So it's not a situation where you come in on Sunday and you can say, Damani, you can play harder than that. He's given us all he has, and we have to appreciate it as coaches and as a program. And you want to hope that carries down to the younger guys that are below him to watch how he's playing. But we love what he's doing. Hope he keeps it up.
Clayton, I asked this question to Shane yesterday, but as a defensive coordinator, obviously new coaching staff in comparison to last season when TJ obviously wasn't with Auburn last year, but how much can you take away from these guys that were here last year that played against them from LSU and trying to figure out, okay, what were some of the things that maybe worked for them last year and obviously some of the things that didn't as you get ready for this weekend's game?
Well, obviously I think it was Sunday or Monday when the news kind of broke about TJ and Bo Nix's situation. A lot of our players say, like, yeah, coach, we played against him last year, and just the respect that they have for him is one. It's not like a backward quarterback that you haven't heard of or where you think you can go. Oh, it's we're favored all of a sudden. It's not that kind of situation. The respect for him and his game is up high, and that helps us when it comes to preparing for a guy. You always want to respect your opponent, and I think that just that just heightened that moment that their backup quarterback is just as talented as most quarterbacks we played.
Clayton, in your opinion, is Cam Smith getting enough attention on the national level?
In my opinion, I try to, I think Cam, the main thing for Cam is to focus on, how we're coaching him, how he's learning about this program. But as far as on a national level, I really don't know if he's getting attention or not. Like I said, I kind of stay away from most of that stuff. But, I think Cam's a talented player. I think his time is going to come for his attention because he's a 6'1" corner that can run, plays physical, catches the football. His time is going to come. He's a young player, so I hope that's not anything that we should not be stressing about that. But his time is going to come, I promise you. If it's not now, if it's not happening now, it's definitely going to happen later. So if you just keep up the good work. I thought that was it, man. I was like, wow. Nah, not yet. Nah.
The Royals Award, what does that mean to you being on that list?
Well, I mean, definitely grateful, definitely honored to be recognized in a situation like that. It's cool, but I think the cooler part of it is that the university gets recognized as well. When the coach is on the list, the football program, all the people that's behind the scenes. Obviously, we all know that it's not a one-man show. It's a collective thing. Obviously, without the players here in this university, I don't have a job, and with those guys playing hard, obviously that's how you get recognized as an assistant football coach. But it means a lot, but I think that the fact that it also recognizes the university and its football program and Coach Beamer and what he's done, I think that kind of means more to me, to be honest with you. But it's pretty cool. Thank you, though.
On Missouri's last drive, when they're going to eat the clock and they're going to give it to Beatty, and y'all couldn't stop them, what was it just did you have enough people up? Did they just block you too well? Where were the defensive deficiencies on that last drive?
One, I would say it's a little bit of both. There was a couple of times where, obviously it starts for me. Like I said, you just asked me a question about I get the credit on the good things. I also want the blame on the things that go bad. Definitely take that. And, we was trying our best to stop them. Obviously, I wish that we could have played that better. it was a mix of both, but we'll definitely try our best to correct that next time.
Clayton, I think Zach was in here talking about it yesterday, that practice has been a little more physical and trying to plug gaps and that kind of thing in terms of getting a little bit better against the run. What did you see from the defense against the run? I guess it's kind of similar to what Phil just asked, but what did you see from you guys against the run last week? What has to change this week, and how do you go about? I guess obviously you guys are 10 weeks into a season. I mean, how do you address that now versus week 1, week 2?
To me, you have to. I mean, it's a fundamental thing on defense. We obviously got to be able to. I mean, you just can't load up the box and stop the run and pass. Obviously, in that situation, you should, and you can, but you can't go into a game and say, we're putting 10 guys up and stopping the run, because you got to be able to stop both throughout the football game. But our guys have to understand, and we all as coaches understand, that it's a total commitment to team defense. And so you got to play 4 quarters in situational football. We got to be better in the situational football and just continue to grind and understand what we're doing, where we're aligning, where we're signing, where our eyes are, and just don't panic, and let's play the next down, and let's keep it moving. Thank you, though.
And I asked you a similar question going into the Auburn game. Knowing that Florida's going to come out there and probably want to, excuse me, Florida, I'll lose my mind.
You're good. I got you. I'm totally with you. I promise you.
It's been a long season.
Yep.
Knowing that Auburn's going to want to come out here and do stuff that was similar to what Florida did in terms of trying to run the football. Obviously, just from a mentality standpoint, when you know that a team wants to be able to run the ball at you, and your defensive line coming off the type of performance they did last weekend, what's the mentality and how do you address that, knowing that Bobo's history is he wants the ground and pound?
And, from a mentality standpoint, I know you said the defensive line, like I always say, it's linebackers and DBs. It's not always just the defensive line. So we'll make sure we're preaching team defense. One, when those jet sweeps happen, the defensive line has nothing to do with that. So we got to make sure we keep that same mindset with our guys in the defensive room here, that it's team defense. We don't point the finger. We don't blame. We don't complain and defend. So that's the first thing, all right, and make sure we get our guys back to on the right track, understanding the defense and how we have to fit gaps and fit plays and fit situations. I think that's the most important thing. Like you said, Auburn has talented running backs, just like I think every single team that we've played. Obviously, these guys got a little bit more juice, so we've got to do a great job of understanding who we're going against and how we're going to defend it.